The stock under focus at this point in time is Royal Orchid, and we will be speaking to C.K. Balji, the chairman of Royal Orchid Hotels. Mr. Balji, thanks much for joining us. First, lay out the terrain for us. You own about 10 hotels, but you also are looking now to operate hotels with a joint venture with some landowners. Is this the first of its kind that you have struck in Bombay, or do you otherwise even do some kind of operation of hotels which you don't own?
We do all. We have joint ventures, we have fully owned hotels, we have leases, we have got revenue sharing, and then we do management contracts also. Management contract we got into recently because we have got now a fairly good management team in place at the corporate level, so we can provide all the support to the people who invest in hotels and they want a good operator. So we are providing them, and we already have about 5 hotels under management. We have totally about 13 hotels operating at the moment, with about another 5 hotels under project, so they are under construction. So they should be ready in, about next 2 years' time. Okay.
And what percentage of your fees, so to speak, is fixed? I mean, where it is not dependent on the extent of occupancy of the hotels or revenue sharing. What is it that you run on fixed fees? What percentage does it form of your revenues?
No, we don't have any fixed fee structure. When we take a management contract, it's all variable. A small percentage of the turnover and a small percentage of the gross operating profit is what we charge to the owners. So there's no fixed fee, there's no hidden cost. So that's what we charge them, and it has to be a win-win situation for both, the owners as well as the operator. Because otherwise it doesn't work, In a bad time, okay, we are ready to take a hit, and in the good time we're ready to share the profits.
Right. Mr. Balji, could you just walk us through, in the next 12 months, how many rooms are coming into operation, if you can give us the timeline, and how many of them are actually owned by Royal Orchid, and how many of them are basically operating agreements, which is you're running somebody else's hotel. So if you can just walk us through 12 months, perhaps it'll give us some indication of, your revenue uptick, if there is, out there.
See, we've just opened our hotel in Ahmedabad. It's 104 room Royal Orchid Central 4-star hotel. It's been launched on Monday. That is a 100% owned hotel by us. Then the Royal Orchid Central, which is going to open in Navi, Mumbai. That is a purely managed property, and that will be about 70 rooms, and that is expected to open in March. And after that, we're expecting by the end of next year 2 hotels to open. They'll be Royal Orchids, they'll be 5-star hotels. 160 room hotel in Jaipur, which is going to be a joint venture with a local landowner. And then there's going to be a 240 room hotel in Hyderabad, which is going to be fully owned by us in the financial
district. Right. Mr. Balji, if I can just get one quick question in from you. Could you just shed some light on your occupancy rates in the key cities, and what upside have you seen in average room rate itself in the last 1 or 2 months, if any?
See, in the last 2 months, there has been an improvement of occupancies, because earlier we were hovering around 50% or so the summer months. Now, in certain hotels, it is over 70%, and so between 65 to 75% is the occupancy which is going. Pune is doing very well. It is doing between 80 and 90% occupancy. So Pune, both the hotels are doing very well. Of course, all the occupancy of all the 12 hotels will vary, but by and large, this is what the figures are.
Okay, Mr. Balji, one very quick question, just to tie you down to some numbers. You made revenues of 140 crore last year, and your profit was about 19 crores. Will you make the same kind of revenues and profit at least this year, considering it's more challenging? And what is your forecast in terms of revenue and profit for next year?
See, this year, of course, revenue has been impacted and profit also has been impacted, because last year we had a lot of money sitting with us and which is earning interest. Now this year we have utilized all the money and put it into projects. So I feel that will start, and there will be a lot of interest that we have now started taking money from the banks to finish our projects. Our policy is that first to deploy the IPO money and the internal...
That point is taken, sir. I just was looking for some numbers in terms of revenues and profit.
Number, we don't actually give any guidance, so I cannot really tell you what the numbers are going to be right
All
now.
right, Mr. Balji. Thank you very much for joining us. Okay, we need to take a break, but